Welcome to the annual State of the City Address. Making budgetary decisions this past year has been more challenging than others because of the downturn in the economy. You've all heard that Tennessee has had an unprecedented shortfall in revenue. Other states, counties, and cities have been unable to come to grips with their own budgets. Communities around Gallatin and Middle Tennessee have been forced to raise property taxes or have layoffs. I am here to tell you today that Gallatin is still strong and still growing. When revenues began falling last year, the city took immediate steps to rein in spending. I worked with our department heads to eliminate all unnecessary spending. At the end of the 08-09 fiscal year, Gallatin was down $2 million in revenue, but the city had reduced its spending to offset that revenue loss. This budget year, 09-10, because of a concerted effort by myself, the City Council, and our department heads, I am proud to say there are no new taxes, no employee layoffs, and no cuts in services. Our 09-10 budget is 9.7% less than last year's budget. Our total budget is $156 million. That includes the general fund, gas, water, sewer, streets, sanitation, and our electric department. Gallatin is lean, and we are continually looking for ways to improve. While our budget is 9.7% less, we will still deliver the level of service that our citizens have come to expect. Now let me tell you some of the ways we've been able to reduce costs and keep our services efficient. There's been increased oversight and accountability, both by the department heads and myself. Our new finance director, Rachel Nichols, does an outstanding job of watching over the citizens' money. The city has purchased and implemented new financial software that eliminates redundancy and gives greater accountability. The city has made greater use of our website and electronic media for more transparency, more cost-efficient advertising, and reduction in paper costs. Our IT director, Scott Danton, and his staff constantly update software to assure the very best service. Hits on Gallatin's website are up 30%, and more than 64% of those visitors are new to Gallatin. Gallatin has consolidated the fire and police department to a central dispatch. This offers faster response times and lowers our ISO rating. This translates into a savings of approximately $4,000 annually in the city budget and a savings in your budget on homeowners insurance. There are also savings on training with a push to use webinars to bring trainers here and to take advantage of all free training offered by the state of Tennessee when appropriate. Gallatin has brought their payroll back in-house, and the city is moving to a bi-weekly payroll instead of weekly. This one change alone saves the city $40,000. Gallatin has stepped up conservation efforts to reduce energy costs. An example is the fact that we have replaced all of our traffic bulbs with LEDs, which reduces our overall cost by $10,000 annually. The city eliminated positions through attrition, saving the city nearly $190,000. There's been no increase in our health care costs, either to the city or to the employees, thanks to the diligence of our HR director, Dave Crawford. Because of economic times, Gallatin rolled back building permit fees to stimulate our local building community. And Tony Allers, our new director of codes and planning, is pursuing avenues to further reduce contractors' time and money. Gallatin has taken steps to control its own destiny instead of being a victim of the economy. In this budget, this year, there is no new capital. That is a savings to the city of 6%. The city made a conscious decision to finish capital projects that were already in progress and not take on any additional projects. Now let's talk about some of these current projects. You all are familiar with several of them. The Kroger State Route 109 project is complete. It includes a newly designed cloverleaf interchange with the addition of a traffic signal. Kroger installed fuel pumps, and the store expansion is slated to be finished this fall. Thanks to Kroger and Mr. Ray Bowles, the Kroger Shopping Center has a complete facelift. The new Kroger Marketplace on Nashville Pike at Cage's Bend is out of the ground and due to open in late spring or early summer of 2010. This store will be the largest Kroger in the state of Tennessee. The construction contract for improvements to Big Station Camp Creek Bridge and the intersection is on schedule for a fall bid letting. The revitalization of our downtown, and all of you have been impacted, has been amazing to see take shape. It's already drawing tour groups to the area. The first major event in our new square is the Main Street Festival and the barbecue cook-off, and we are on time, on schedule. Our new farmers market on Franklin Street is finished. It was a joint effort of Greater Gallatin, the city, and the Tennessee Department of Agriculture. The new Citizens Bank near City Hall changes almost daily. It's a beautiful building, and it should be complete in December. Gallatin's new Public Works Center is slated for completion in the 09-10 budget year, and construction of the Town Creek Greenway will start this year. In spite of a lagging national economy, business is still growing in Gallatin. Let's look at what else opened this past year in our community and what generates revenue for our city. In the retail and business sector, here are just some of the things that have happened this past year. Buffalo Wild Wings, Koi Japanese Restaurant, Greenberry's Restaurant, Habitat for Humanity Restore, Decades on the Square, Absolute Carpet, Destiny Cheer, the Masters School of Gymnastics, and Faces of Hope. In the manufacturing sector, Gallatin recruited Superior Inspections, Alliance Distribution Partners, Silver Eagle Bus Manufacturing, and ITW CIP expanded in the 08-09 fiscal year. They added 39,000 new square feet of space and 42 new positions. Recently, the Nashville Business Journal listed the top 100 fastest growing companies in Middle Tennessee. 3 Sumner County companies, all of them headquartered right here in Gallatin, made the list. Associated Packaging, Charles C. Parks, and ServPro. Gallatin's newest crown jewel is our library, which officially opened last November. The new facility offers special events, meeting rooms, and exhibits, and it is a major draw downtown. Now, what keeps Gallatin strong and growing? It's our vision for the future. Our Planning Department and Planning Commission completed the city's Comprehensive Land Use and Transportation Plan, which is the roadmap for our community for years to come. Catherine Schock, Assistant Director of Codes and Planning, continues to work with staff to accommodate and encourage advances in design options. We continually work to meet the needs of our business community, especially through the city's Economic Development Agency, led by Mr. Clay Walker. The EDA worked with the state of Tennessee to develop the first broadband availability map. EDA partnered with Clarksville and Nashville to form tax exemptions through a foreign trade zone at our industrial park. Clay is working on a business incubator program with Volunteer State Community College for startup of small businesses. The EDA is also working on a virtual building program. This program will have a pre-permitted building designs to expedite the construction process. We also have a GEAR program, or the Gallatin Expansion and Retention Program. The program stays in touch with existing industry to meet their needs and exchange ideas. In our utility department, under Superintendent David Gregory, we've expanded natural gas and water to new developments, adding 200 new natural gas customers, 228 new water customers, and 140 new sanitary sewer customers. Progress continues on the new $27 million wastewater treatment plant. Construction is ahead of schedule and should be complete by mid-2011. If you haven't seen it, you owe it to yourself to drive out there and look at that facility. For the 08-09 budget year, Gallatin Public Utilities completed 23,747 work orders for service. Our Public Works Department, under Ronnie Stiles' direction, expanded recycling opportunities. The city now accepts glass, plastic, tin, aluminum, cardboard, newspapers, magazines, and other various papers. Recycling saves the city money and reduces waste in landfills. Our engineering department, under City Engineer Nick Tuttle, oversees design, right-of-way, and construction phases of all city roads and projects. This past year, engineering oversaw the resurfacing of some 30 city roads. Our police department, under Chief John Tisdale, was recognized not only at the state level, but also at the national level for traffic enforcement and safety programs. They were recognized by the Tennessee Municipal League for excellence in police services because of our 5-year reduction in crime rates. In order to conserve fuel, the police department added 2 motorcycles to the traffic division. The reduction in fuel consumption is saving the city $6,600 per year. The city recorder's office, led by Connie Kittrell, has installed a new court software program and is currently installing software to handle property taxes and business licenses, all to enhance customer service to you. Our fire department, under Chief Billy Crook, has made several energy-efficient renovations at the 3 fire halls. This year, the fire department added a clown troupe to educate our young people in safety and fire prevention. The troupe has instructed about 4,500 children in fire safety measures. The main fire headquarters behind City Hall was dedicated this year to the memory of the late Fire Chief Joe Womack, who served the fire department for 28 years. Our Parks Department, under Leisure Services Director David Brown, added another ball field complex this year. We now have 22 fields available for play. These fields help us recruit national tournaments like the Senior Women's Softball and Senior Men's Softball tournaments. These tournaments bring visitors from all over the United States and Canada who spend their dollars at our hotels, restaurants, gas stations, and retail establishments. These visitors spend more than $1.5 million in our community based on last year's numbers. Another recreational draw to Gallatin is our Long Hollow Golf Course. Be sure to go out and play a few rounds and see the improvements to the parking area, the clubhouse, and the ladies' tee boxes. Now, what else is on the horizon? Gallatin continues to expand its wireless internet capabilities. In addition to downtown, wireless internet has expanded into the Civic Center and Municipal Park, and plans are to expand it into Triple Creek. I talked to Tommy Givens this morning, and he told me that when they originally started the free wireless internet, they had 95 unique users. We are now up to 2,500 unique users. TDOT awarded Gallatin a $3.5 million grant for relocation of Airport Road to benefit the expansion of our airport. Our Hatton Track Albert Gallatin Road extension is in its first phase of preliminary design. That is anticipated to take up to 2 years. Construction of the new State Route 109 bridge over the Cumberland River is a step closer to reality. Several members of the city worked with TDOT to design a bridge that allows pedestrians and bicycles to cross the river along with vehicular traffic. Because of the city's extensive planning efforts and progress on its vital projects, Gallatin was awarded $3.23 million in stimulus funds through the Metropolitan Planning Organization. This award was second highest among Middle Tennessee counties, second only to Nashville. The Regional Transportation Authority's rapid bus service from Gallatin to Nashville, which began last year as a pilot program, has the highest ridership in Middle Tennessee and is still going. Gallatin is part of a regional effort launched by Nashville Mayor Carl Dean to work with mayors from 10 counties on developing regional mass transit. At the first meeting of the Middle Tennessee Mayor's Caucus in July, the group elected me chair of the caucus, which is an honor and tribute to the efforts of many in our city. And today, I'm proud to announce the formation of a Gallatin Community Enrichment Committee. This mayoral committee will work with other groups in the city to bring more arts and cultural events to our city. Because of all the hard work of the city and our community, the greater Nashville region is taking notice of Gallatin. I want to stop for just a moment and I want you to listen to what other folks are saying about Gallatin.
What is that right there?
My dad started this store right at 35 years ago. So anyhow, you checking out some paperwork there?
Eddie Gibson will tell you plain and simple, there's advantages to being a local furniture shop. But in this day and age, we often forget to swing by the independent store on our way to the big chain. Now local shops are fighting back. Enter the 350 Project, a simple idea once floated on a blog that weeks later grew into a national movement.
And it's just another way to kind of drive home the message of shop local when you can. And the idea is that you pick 3 of your favorite locally owned businesses and spend $50 between those 3 each month.
Here's the project's main reason to shop local.
The Tennessee Home Builders Association says it's important that new home construction be as safe as possible to withstand high wind. Channel 4's Alan Frio has learned how some new homeowners are doing just that.
Right from the top plate of the where the roof is to right to the foundation.
Andrew Butler is talking about this device. It's called Cable Tight. The company out of Gallatin has patent rights on it. It's a system that locks cables to the foundation and the roof of a house, protecting it against high winds. The owners of this $2 million home under construction in Gallatin are fitting the entire home with dozens of the cables.
What would it take to create a mass transit system that interconnects the entire mid-state? Create a mayor's caucus to discuss the creation of a regional mass transit system.
I think everybody's going to have to do some real soul searching probably about what they're willing to support and how it can go before the people.
The mayors will also tackle another
in the most
question.
unlikely of places.
And they see the straw hat and they know it's Don's Farm Fresh Produce Man.
A movement is forming. A few blocks away from that roadside stand.
All right, you're going to get the prosciutto again?
Don's Produce is a key ingredient at Greenberry's Deli.
Getting products from closer sources allows me to keep my prices down.
This is the hub, the technology hub of Gallatin, and this is the corn crib. It's a former, they sold popcorn and cotton candy out of here in the 80s and 70s. And
combining the past with the future, Chuck Barnett is helping make Gallatin the hottest little hot spot in Middle Tennessee. Anyone in downtown Gallatin can connect to the internet for free.
This is a true free wireless.
A lot of people have been disgruntled about the street project, but yet look what came from it. A piece of history turned up.
Below the layers of concrete and rock were tracks from the interurban rail car. Nearly 100 years ago, this electric train taxied people from Gallatin to Nashville and back at 50 miles an hour. Funny how we've come full circle.
Here we are, almost 100 years later, and we're going back to saying we need a system to move a lot of people.
What a great find, considering the times.
You learn something
State Route 109 over the Cumberland River.
Though it is important and time-tested, The 109 bridge between Sumner and Wilson counties is also narrow and old.
This bridge was built in 1954.
Right now we've got a bottleneck here in Gallatin.
The State Department of Transportation now plans to replace the bridge as part of a $350 million bond proposal.
This is without a doubt one of the busiest corridors in our city. Any improvements.
The Eagle bus for many years was the flagship bus for the entertainment market here in Nashville.
An old mainstay is back, but this time Middle Tennesseans won't just be riding in Silver Eagle buses, they'll also be building them.
We are thrilled to be back in the Nashville area and specifically Gallatin.
Craig and Robin Hanlow revived the company after it went out of business in the 1990s. They're moving a manufacturing plant from Texas to Gallatin.
We just had to do a lot of research before we settled on Gallatin, and we believe this is the best possible location for us.
As you can see, people from all across Middle Tennessee are talking about Gallatin, not just me. These kind of clips is advertising that the city could never even hope to purchase and gives us not only local but regional and national exposure. I'm proud to say here today, Gallatin is still strong and still growing. Thank you.